Assalamu alaikum. Today we will learn about the gradient of a straight line. Gradient tells us about the steepness of the line, or it tells us about the slope of the line. Or it tells us about the steepness of the straight line. This one is x-axis, this one is y-axis, this one is line L1, and this one is line L2. Now we want to find out the gradient of this line. The formula to find out the gradient of this line is steepness of this line is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. The formula for the gradient is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Now we want to find out the gradient of the line L1. We will select any 2 points on this line. Consider this point. This point is 1, 3. Consider this point. This point is 3, 5. And this point is 5, 7. Now we will select any 2 points on the line 1, 3 and 3, 5. And 3, 5. We will name one point as x1, y1 and the other point as x2, y2. Now we will put the values of x1 and y1, x2 and y2 into the formula. Y2 is 5, y1 is 3, x2 is 3, x1 is 1. 2 over 2. The gradient of the line is 1. Now, if we will take any other pair of line, that is 3, 5 and 5, 7. 3, 5 and 5, 7. Now we will find out the gradient with the help of these 2 points, other pair of points. We will let the points as x1, y1, x2, y2, and put these values in the formula for the gradient y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. y2 is 7, y1 is 5, x2 is 5, x1 is 3. 2 over 2 is equal to 1. If you will take any 2 points on the straight line, it will give you the same gradient. The gradient of a straight line is always same. Throughout the line, the gradient is same, the steepness is same. Any 2 points will give the same results. Now we will select 2 points on the line L2 and find the gradient. This point is 4, 1 and this point is 6, 5. 4, 1 and 6, 5. Now for the line L2, four, 1, 6, 5. The points available are 4, 1 and 6, 5. We will name the points as x1, y1, x2, y2. Gradient is equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. We can represent the gradient as m. Now y2 is 5, y1 is 1, x2 is 6, x1 is 4. 4 over 2, the gradient is 2. Now the value of the gradient for the line L1 is 1 and for the line L2 the value of the gradient is 2. Now the line L1 is less steepest and line L2 is comparatively more steepest than line L1 because the gradient of the line L2 is greater than the gradient of the line L1. Gradient is the measure of steepness of the line. Now we can also consider the gradient as change in y over change in x. Y over change in x. We can also find out the gradient with the help of the formula rise over run. Rise over run. To find out the gradient with the help of rise over run, we will draw a triangle along the line, just like this. Now, this length is 2. That is, this one is run. Run is change in x. That is, x changes from 4 to 6. X changes from 4 to 6. And y changes from 1 to 5. 1 to 5. And this height is 4. This one is rise. This one is x2 minus x1. This one is y2 minus y1. This one gradient is also known as change in y over change in x, rise over run. Gradient is also known as per unit change. Now this one is all about the gradient. Now we will attempt some questions from the exercise to elaborate this concept. How can we use the formula of the gradient on in the word problems. Now we will attempt question number one. Question number one is, find the gradient of the line passing through each of the following pair of points. I will attempt part E. Point I is -2, -5, and the point J is 2, 6. We want to find out the gradient of this line. Now, gradient has the formula y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. We will name the 2 points as x1, y1 and x2, y2. Now we will put the values of x1 and y1, x2 and y2 into the formula. 6 minus -5 and 2 minus -2. 6 plus 5 over 2 plus 2, 11 over 4. It means if there is a change of 11 units in y, the change in x is 4 units. Or if there is a change of 4 units in x, there is a change of 11 units in y. Is this clear?
Yes.
Okay. Now question number 3. In question number 3, if the gradient of the line joining the points -3, -7 and 4p, the gradient is given and equal to 3 over 5. We want to find out the value value of p. Now gradient is given and the formula for the gradient is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. We will name the points x1 y1 and x2 y2. The gradient is given, that is 3 over 5. Now p minus -7 over 4 minus -3. We will simplify this equation. 3 over 5 is equal to p plus 7 and 4 plus 3. 3 over 5 is equal to p plus 7 over 7. We will use cross multiplication. That is 3 into 7, 5 into p plus 7. 35 is equal to 5p plus 35. 5p is equal to 35 minus 35. 5p is equal to 0 and p is equal to 0 is the value of p.
So 7 times 3, 21.
21. Okay. 21 minus 35 is equal to 14. Minus, yes, minus 14 over 5 is the value of p. We can write this one in mixed form, and this one is 2 whole number 4 over 5 negative. Is there any confusion?
No.
Now I will attempt question number 7.
Okay.
The points P23, Q3 minus 2, 2 minus 3, Q3 minus 2, and R is 8 comma Z are collinear points. What does this mean, collinear points? They lie on a same line. If they lie on a same line, then this line, a straight line, has the same gradient throughout. The steepness of the line is same. The slope of the line is same. Whether we calculate the gradient of PQ, it should be equal to the gradient of QR. Is there any confusion?
No.
On a straight line, if we select any 2 points, it will give the same gradient. So the gradient of PQ is equal to gradient of QR because the points are collinear. We will name P and Q as x1, y1, x2, y2. Gradient of PQ is minus 2 minus minus 3 over 3 minus 2. Now we will name Q and R as x1, y1 and x2, y2. We will name Q as x1, y1 and R as x2, y2. Z minus minus 2, 8 minus 3. Minus 2 plus 3 over 1 is equal to Z plus 2 over 5. 1 over 1 is equal to Z plus 2 over 5. 5 is equal to Z plus 2. Z is equal to 3 is the value of 3 is the value of C when points P, Q, and R are collinear points. Now I will attempt one question from the advanced level. Question number 9. In question number 9, the coordinates of the vertices of a square ABCD, A, B, C, and D are given. Find the gradient of all the 4 sides of the ABCD. Now, first of all, we will sketch this one. A, B, C, and D. Now, we will find out the sketch is very important because when we will sketch ABCD, then we will came to know that about the sides of the squares, that AB is the side, BC is the side, CD is the side, DA is the side, and AC is not the side. Okay, if we will not draw the square, we will not be able to came to know that AC is the side or DB is the side of the square or not. These are the diagonals. When we will draw the diagram, then we will came to know that about the sides of the, we will have the correct idea about the sides of the square. Is it
Okay.
okay? Whenever
Okay.
uh, there is a triangle, there is a square, there is a parallelogram, we will draw a sketch of the diagram. Now we will find out the gradient of AB. We often represent the gradient with M. M of AB is equal to, we will name this one as x1 and y1, x2 and y2. So this one is 1 minus 6 over 2 minus 0. M of BC. Can you find out the gradient of BC? What should I write?
Okay. 3 minus 1 over 7 minus 2. 2 over 4. 5, sorry.
Now gradient of CD.
CDS.
CD is 8 minus 3
8 minus 3 or 5 minus 7. Minus
5
2.
over minus 2. Minus
Yes.
2 over 5. Sorry, minus 5 over 2. Now M of AD. AD is 8 minus 6 over
Or 5
5
minus
minus
0. Yes. 2
2 over
over
5.
5.
What do you observe about the gradient of the opposite sides of the square? Opposite sides are AB and CD.
The gradient is same.
Yes. Opposite sides are BC and AD. The gradient of the opposite sides is equal.
Yes.
The observation is same. Now this one is all about the gradient.